what's good with y'all, man? It's Camp. You know what I'm saying? Coming to bring y'all another video. I know it's been a little minute. I've been wanting to make one, but I've been just trying to catch up on everything. You know, a lot of stuff going on. So I'm gonna enjoy making this video. Just takes this time to focus on myself and this knowledge I'm trying to give to y'all. And I hope y'all enjoy it, man. So look, this video is gonna be about parents and raising kids, right? I'm gonna just skip straight to the point because I know there's gonna be people that don't agree with this at all, but it's just straight facts. So look, the first 7 years, right, of raising a kid is programming and building belief systems, right? So what that means is your kid, without you teaching them anything, right? So this is on top of teaching them things, but without teaching them nothing, they're learning all of which they know from just watching you, from hereditary things that are around them, the environment, things that are said, things that are put on TV, their friends at school, the teachers at school. It could be anything. Everything is just getting that child's brain prepped and ready to be a civil citizen for the society that's been placed before them, right? So with that being said, every parent say that they go through life, you know, they raise their kid the best way that they can, which holds truth to a point, right? Because, I mean, if you know no better, then can't be held accountable, right? But there's just been certain shit that we've done over and over and over again, and people are trying to figure out, like, why change hasn't occurred. Well, I mean, if the kids are the future, right, then the reason why a change isn't occurring is because we're not changing the way or the things that we are implementing into our children, right? Pretty much we're not giving them the right keys to succeed, right? Yeah, it's beneficial to tell them to look at everybody equally if that's something that you implement for your kid, or it's a great thing to tell them, you know, they could be anything they want to be. Like, those, you know, those are good things, right? But I mean, how long have we just been telling our kids those things, right? Ain't been doing shit different. Ain't really been, we just been telling them those things. Ain't shit changing, right? It's the same shit, same problem, same thing, which shows me that we not teaching our kids any better, no different, right? So some things to implement to your kids to give them a different outlook, right, than you might have had or your parents might have had or whoever, so on and so forth, right? Number one, let's stop putting limits on their dreams, right? Let's stop limiting their mindsets at such a young age, right? When your kid's 5 years old, stop asking them what the hell they want to be when they grow up. If the teacher asks them that and they don't have an answer, that should be okay, right? And if they give the teacher 20 different things, right? As parents, we shouldn't be the ones to kind of try to play that part to like control that and be like, well, you know, about this one and this one, and like as they get look, if they 5 and they say they want to be an astronaut, a musician, and a famous football player, then that's what we gonna want. Period, right? Because we have no right to limit their desires in life, right? That's number one, is what starts to build this boxed in mindset when it comes to kids, right? We put these limits on their beliefs instead of letting them be free and instead of letting them be creative and walking their own path and learning on their own as far as what they want to do and what they want to be. We start putting all these damn limits and blocks and, well, that's not really realistic, that's this, that. Well, it probably would be more realistic if instead of knocking it, you gave them more power to want to achieve it, right? So I think that's very important. Another thing is, right, the damn school system has a regulated core curriculum, right? They only going to teach them what they want them to be taught. With that being said, as parents, we need to take that as motivation to teach them things that can actually benefit them in life, right? Like, yes, math can help, reading can help, right? Those are good things, but those aren't really the things that help kids succeed, right? That's not really setting your kid apart. That's not really teaching them anything. Let's start to build our children an identity from the time that they're born to the time that they are old enough to, well, shit, even after they leave the home, let's help them remember who they really are, right? Let's help them to build that identity, so they're not picking up the identity from the news. They're not picking up the identity from the people, the media that are building these damn images of these kids that fit these certain brackets. You know, let's break all that shit down, and let's start to teach them from the time they're born who they really are, what they are. Let's give them a sense of worth right from a young age, because a lot of the issue is kids don't grow up with identity anymore. They grow up watching, you know, old Cardi B shaking her ass on a damn YouTube, or they coming up watching they brothers and sisters get shot in the street, or they watching whoever all famous over here driving these certain cars, looking these certain ways, doing these certain drugs, talking a certain way, and it gets them lined up to fall right into those same traps, right? So F all that, right? From the time they are born, right? Sit down with them and have some affirmations, right? Obviously, when they can't talk, you doing it for them. But start to tell them who they are. You know, you are beautiful, you are great, you are magnificent, you are powerful. You could be and do anything. You are a limitless being, right? You are not of a physical sense. You are in a physical body, but you are not physical. You can create the life that you want starting right now, right? Just keep every day. Tell them this shit. Tell them they're beautiful. Tell them they gorgeous. They are powerful. Tell them to love one another. Like, tell them to look at love in themselves so that they could therefore see the love in others. Right? That shit might sound simple, but it's true, bro. Stop. We need to really tone in on teaching our kids certain things. Just show them love and teach them that love is okay. Right? To be open with love. When they see themselves, they should see nothing but love. They should honestly see that they are a king, a queen, a creator in their own image, and that they can do whatever they want, and with that, they can teach other kids, right? Another thing is, we be teaching our kids that, like, they have to pick one career. Stop doing that, right? Don't help the school system teach that, because all that's doing is helping somebody else become rich. Teach your kid how to break the system, right? Break the system. You know how easy it is to make money nowadays, right? You can make money doing what I'm doing right now, making YouTube videos, trying to help other people, bro. Look, teach your kid to be self-sufficient, right? So instead of teaching your kid that he gonna grow up, go to the military, or go to college, now at the age of 10, start teaching your kid how to make money, right? Teach your kid the stock market, right? Start introducing little things that are gonna get them circuits firing in his brain to where he's thinking outside the box, or she is anyway. So at the age of 20, they don't have to go get a job. They got money they got passive income. They got 6, 7, 8, 9 different passive incomes starting at the age of 10, building up to the time they 20. They probably never have to work again. I ain't saying it's gonna go all that smooth, but what I'm saying is, if you start them young, right, you give them the tools, you give them an opportunity, you teach them to think different, to be different, you're gonna get a different outcome. Now you have a kid who understands that he doesn't have to fall in line to be successful. He didn't have to go to college. He or she didn't have to go to college. They didn't have to go to the military. They were self-sufficient, right? And they built the life that they wanted, not having to work for the next 60 years, 70 years of their life. They broke the system. They just won before they even started life. They won at 20. Where, I'm 25, right? I'm about to be 25 this year. And I'm working on my shit, but it ain't accomplished yet. Whereas, like, my kid, I'm going to be prepping him from the time he's born to the time that he's grown to where he can be on his own shit, walk his own path, not have to worry about getting no career, no doing nothing that these folk want him. He could do what he wants to live the life that he wants, right? That's the goal, right? That's what I want, for him to live the best life that he can, right? Now, that's all I want for the rest of all y'all kids, right? If we want to change in the future, if we want shit to start to change for real, if we want people to awaken, if we want the world to go in a better direction, we need to start with our kids, with what we can influence directly, which is our children, right? Let's start to change some of these things that we've been implementing for so many fucking years, and shit ain't changing, right? Still racism, still hate, still greed, still jealousy, still this, still that. People still live lives that they don't want to live. We be working to all these unwanted things, right? Start to change them. We have the power to, you know what I'm saying? So let's start right here and reflect that into our kids, so our kids can reflect that into other people as they get older, so on and so forth. Y'all know how this shit works. So yeah, what else was it? There was something else with the kids too. So yeah, we got the beliefs, all that. Oh, man, please look. This gonna be funny to some people. It's not really gonna make sense, I don't think. Stop forcing our beliefs on our kids, okay? What I mean by that is, how do I say this? It's okay to instill certain morals and values into your kids. There's nothing wrong with that, right? To each his own. I mean, at the end of the day, you teach them whatever the hell you want. This is just my piece on what I think could help us move forward in a more positive, direct, intentional way, right? So teach them morals, values, but don't force your beliefs on your kids. That starts to form that box at an early age. Truly, if you think about it, it starts to form that box. I'm not saying religion's bad, right? I've said it before. I'm not saying it's bad. I don't ever talk down to anybody who believes. But what I will say is, it is limiting. It starts to put them damn visors on at a young age, right? If you believe in whatever you believe, Catholicism, Satanism, the North mythology, whatever it is that you believe, that is 100% okay. Let your kid discover what they want to believe on their own. Don't force your belief on them, right? Because I don't believe that's our job as parents. Our job as parents is to guide our kids, right? Give them some of the values, some of the morals to where they can, figure out what the hell they want to believe on their own, live the lives that they was meant to live. But your kid is not supposed to be a direct reflection of you, right? You're supposed to give your kids the tools and the beliefs to be better, right? So don't give them the same beliefs that you have. You lay out whatever's there and you give them a choice. Don't force them to go to church, right? Don't force them to do this, to do that. And obviously, if a kid's 5 years old, right, and they see that you go to church every Sunday and Wednesday, and, they're like, I want to be like mommy, I want to be like daddy, they're going to want to go to church, right? So I'm not saying for you not to go to church because of that. But what I am saying is be mindful of how you're teaching your kids what you're teaching them. We're not meant to force them into believing anything. But when kids are brought up a certain way, they tend to go another way, right? Because they feel like they had no choice. But if you lay it out to them and just be honest, like, hey, this is what I believe. If you want to go to church with me, we're going to go to church. I ain't got nowhere to put you, so we're going to church. But at the same time, I want you to understand that you don't have to believe this. This ain't all in all for you. And that's all you got to tell them is you got to be honest with them. You got to tell them, like, this is what I believe, right? But you don't have to believe this. Even if we go to church, even if you're hearing the same shit I'm hearing, as you get older, I'll explain more and more, but you don't have to go this way. This is just me. And that's love because you being honest with them. You telling them that, I ain't never fucking been dead before, so I can't prove that this is true. This is just why I choose to believe in life, right? So you take it for what it's worth, and then boom, you make your own decision when you're old enough to understand. Boom, it's just like that, bro. Our kids are, like us as humans, bro, we are so blessed, like, for the opportunities that we have in life. And if there is more people that understand how free and how much good we could do in this world, right? Life would be so much different, right? So if we start implementing these little things right now with kids, with our children, with what we can influence directly, it could be a beautiful outcome. It will be a beautiful outcome. People will start to be different. They will start to think different. You'll start to see different. We'll break the fucking system. We'll break the whole system, right? Because I don't care how much you try to pay me to convince me that I need to fall in line to give back to society. I don't have to do that, right? I'm giving back to society by living the best way I can and helping other people try to find that same best living for themselves. That's all I'm going to do to my kid, and I'm going to teach him to love himself first and foremost, so he could therefore love the world and love other people the same and help them to achieve the same thing that he was able to achieve because he didn't have all these blocks and shit in his face, right? When they go out into that world, man, they're on their own, right? When they step outside your door, they got school, they got everything around them, they have temptation, they have all this shit around them, right? So they're going to view things not just based on what you tell them, right? So if you one of them parents that don't really have too much time with your kids to teach them things like this, that might be something you want to change. you might want to start taking some time to implement certain things to them. It doesn't take long to tell your son or your daughter that they are king or a queen every day. Tell them to have love in themselves. Tell them that they are beautiful just the way that they was created naturally, right? It don't take that damn long to do that. Start to teach your kids these things on your own, right? So that when they do go out in the world and they are influenced by other things, there's a chance that that shit might spark something in them and they can stay balanced and stay firm in what they have been taught, right? Because there's going to be plenty of obstacles. So you don't want to be an addition to one of those obstacles that they have to face through life. You want to help them. You don't want to be a hindrance to them. So let's tighten up with that shit, man. Love and light, baby. Love and light.